Well, thank you for coming on the Red Carpet Roundtable podcast.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Can you let everybody know about yourself and what got you into the entertainment industry?
Yes, of course. My name is Jutta Charbonnier. I'm French and German. So, my mom is French and my dad is German. And I was born and raised in France. I came to LA about 3 years ago. I did 2 years of acting school here in Los
Hmm.
Angeles, the American Academy of Dramatic Arts. And now I started working. I'm on my OPT visa and soon applying for the O1. So yeah, really excited about that. And I've been working this year a crazy lot. And like, yeah, I'm just really excited for what comes next. I started acting actually when I came here. I came here for acting because I moved to LA when I was 19. So right after my high school, basically. I did 1 year of accounting back in school, back in France, sorry, because COVID. So I couldn't come here, fortunately. But yeah, now I'm here and I'm so excited about like yeah everything. And yeah, and I think so I don't know for this year it really like set with me that I really wanted to be an actress because like being in school and like enjoying like the class and all that is one thing, but actually working is a different thing, a total different thing. And so far I just love being on set and I love the experience and I love the people. I love everyone. So yeah, no, it's been great so far. So yeah, I'm really excited.
That's amazing. I want to dig into this question because coming from a long ways from your
Yes. Yeah.
hometown to the United States, what is the big difference between United States? Is it France, correct?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
France. The France and the United States entertainment industry. What's the big difference?
So from my experience, it's really different because in France, it's a very closed industry, actually. Here, it's much more open. And also, it's like, it's a bigger country. So you have more, I would say, opportunities. In
Hmm.
France, it's only in Paris, pretty much. Like the entertainment industry is really based in Paris. Here, you have, LA, Atlanta, New York, you have everything. And also, the main thing is that in France, unless you are really lucky, or you have mom and dad in the industry, it's really hard to work as an actor or as an actress or as a director or writer or whatever, because it's such a small world and you don't have that many production at the same time. And only some big names are constantly, working and all that. But when you are at a like lower level, it's really hard to make a name for yourself and to actually work quite constantly here. Even though I just started my career, I've just been working for 1 year. I'm really busy, all month. Like I have like so many productions and it's really I mean the network is quite reachable, and a lot of people here, especially in LA, are working constantly and trying to network and trying to find new faces and new people, where in France it's much more closed. And yeah, so it's the the way to work is much longer, I would say, and you have to put much more, I wouldn't say effort, because like here it's the same, you have to put the same kind of effort and you have to have hope and you have to work for it. But I think here much more doors are open for sure, and it's wider, it's bigger, so more competition as well. So that's also another thing is like here, much more people want to be an actress or an actor or in the industry.
Hmm. Hmm.
So you have much more competition. In France, not as much, but it's harder to get in. So yeah, I would say that's the biggest difference for
Hmm.
sure.
And what was your big decision? I know you talked about earlier, but what was your why that you wanted to move to the
Yeah.
United States from France? That I think everybody who are trying to get to know you, who's
Yeah, of course,
following
of
you,
course.
your fan base, the future fan
Yeah.
base, they want to know why. What's the big why?
So, well, the first, like, really not very that unique and original is obviously work, acting. However, on the other side, I always wanted to come to LA specifically, you know? Like, I mean, before coming here, I never came to the US. It was my first time when I started moving here, was my very first time in the US.
What?
And so, yeah, yeah, I've never came here before. Like literally like 3 years ago when I landed, it was like my very first time here in the US.
Not
It was
on vacation, nothing?
no, never, 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 never. It was my very first time. And so I think there was also like an element of culture that I really like, that really attracted me to the US. Because in France, for example, I mean, both like cultures have pros and cons, obviously. But here, I really like how everyone is open and how you can really express yourself without any judgments, usually.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I think that's another thing that really like was very important for me because I just want to be myself. I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
think like, oh shit, I said the wrong thing, or oh no, like, I shouldn't say this, or like, what are people gonna think if I say this or that? And I think in some European countries, sometimes you do have a little bit of judgment. Not always, not always. But sometimes I felt personally that, yeah, I was like, oh, well, I wish I could say that. Oh, I wish I could wear my blue pants and be like, fine about it. And I wouldn't have like, weird like looks or like, comments in the streets. And I think that's another big part of why I'm so happy here in
Mm-hmm.
LA. Like the city really resonated with me. And I just remember the very first time I landed and I saw all the palm trees and I was like, oh my gosh, I am here. That's crazy. Like after all of those years of dreaming of it and being like, oh my gosh, when am I gonna go to LA and blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah, actually I'm here. And I was like, this feels like home. This feels like, a city where I can see myself like, growing and getting older and all that. So, yeah, I would say those are the two big things.
Mm-hmm.
And also here it's so I mean I got really like lucky and I met so many like incredible people who became really good friends and like really good like colleagues and all that. And so I think that's definitely the spirit in general is something I really resonate with. And I'm really glad that like I decided to go on this like crazy journey. And yeah, so
Wow. I gotta ask, your parents'
yeah.
reaction. How was it?
Yeah.
Okay, my mind just went blank. I'm sorry. Your parents, why, not why, did they were shocked that you wanted to move here?
So not really, because I think it was a very like thought decision. So I just didn't say like, oh, I want to go to LA and I'm going by, like it was actually for many years before. And since when I started high school, I already knew I wanted to be an actress.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew that I wanted to move at some point here. So they already knew. However, at the very beginning, I'm really close to my parents. So, it was like, they weren't like, oh, no, you're never going to go there. Like, no, you're going to stay here or anything. And I'm an only child too. So I think I have a very like close relationship with them. And so they were actually like, well, okay, well, if you want to go, you're going to have to work for it and you're going to have to know that like, it's not that easy. I was like, yeah, no, don't worry. I'll be fine. I'll see. I'll see. And so, yeah, the original plan was to finish my high school in France and then come here right after graduation, pretty much. However, well, COVID happened. And so I did 1 year of economic studies in France because I just didn't want to wait until like, it could just like come down of the sky. And so they really saw that I was really passionate about that project. And like, it wasn't just, oh, I want to try it and we'll see. And then after my 2 years of acting school, I was like, well, I think I want to also try to work here and see where that goes. And they were like, well, okay, you spend 2 years there, you know the city, you know the country, you know the people. So, well, give it a try too. And yeah, so I think from the very beginning, they knew that it wasn't just an idea or
Mm-hmm.
dream that like I couldn't like achieve or anything. So they were really actually really supporting it. I'm really glad that I was supported by my parents and like they understood too. Because yeah, I have some other friends who didn't get that lucky and their parents were more like, oh no, like acting's not a real job or like oh blah 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 blah. And so no, I got lucky in that way for sure. Yeah.
That's amazing. Now,
Your
you're
turn.
yes, amazing. That's true. Number one supporters. You gotta have support. I want to dig into your modeling. Is that correct?
Yes, yeah, I'm all
What
those.
got you into modeling?
So I started, I think, when I was like 15 or 16, 15, I think, yeah, in France. Here I've done more like photo shoots and stuff, but I used to do runway in France, and I just always liked fashion in general, and I
Okay.
know, yeah, just fashion, clothes, and all that. And I think it's a really nice way to express yourself too, because like it's so specific and it's so different. Like there's not one like piece of clothing that is the same. And when you actually get to meet the designers and all that, you can really see the work behind it and what they want to show. And I think it's the same thing as acting in a way, because you can really show what you believe in and
Mm-hmm.
like, you
Mm-hmm.
know, want to spread around the world, and you want to make people feel great too. It's like, it's really, it's positive. Well, there are also like negative aspect, in the modeling industry for sure, but I just remember like on my first runway when I started walking in Paris, it was like, oh my gosh, this is really cool. I feel very powerful, and so that's something that like you cannot always feel in your day-to-day life, but this is such a different world that it's just full of art and creativity, and it's very very different from just the day-to-day life, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like a little dream, a little bubble, and then I think, yeah, it's a beautiful way to express how you feel, and just like, yeah, the feeling on the runway when you're having beautiful clothes on and you can like, show the world what you wear. I think it's great, and like the work of the designer obviously.
Right, right.
And so yeah.
That's amazing. I'm gonna ask this one. What is your most pivoted moment in your life so far?
I think it's when I got the acceptance letter for my acting school. Like, I think that was definitely like a really, really big moment, because I was like, this is finally coming true. And I honestly, I didn't think I'd got in. Like, really, I was like, I barely spoke English like at that time. And I was like, well, I don't know if I did a good audition or not. Like, I'm not sure if I got it, but like, if I don't get it, well, life will be life. And I remember, I think like 3 weeks later or a month later, I got the email that said like, "Oh, congratulations, you've been accepted to the American Academy of Dramatic Arts." And I was like, so I'm going to LA now. Like I'm actually gonna have to book a flight and to go and to stay there. And I think that was definitely the moment where I felt that everything was coming true, and that like, I could really start what I've always wanted to start.
Mm-hmm.
And that was, even though I was leaving everything behind, it was quite stressful, because it's not like I can go back every weekend, So, but yeah, no, that was definitely the moment where I felt like my life was completely changing. And that was actually, yeah, like
Well, it's
the dream.
amazing because it talks about courage,
Yeah,
and passion.
yeah,
If you have a passion for something, you go for it. And
yeah,
so, and
exactly.
that's a big sacrifice to go from France
Yeah,
all the way to
yeah,
other
no,
side of the
no,
United
yeah,
States.
yeah, no, exactly.
And it's a journey,
Hmm.
really a journey for sure.
Yeah,
Uh,
no, it is for sure. Yeah.
what is your dr- before I ask this, but what do you prefer modeling more or acting more?
Acting. I would say when I was in high school, it was both. However, now I think I enjoy modeling, but I think I wouldn't like enjoy it for the entire rest of my life. Acting, I know that it's a real passion. I see modeling more as a hobby and like more as something I like to do on the side. And I like, sometimes go on a photo shoot or on a runway and stuff like this. But acting is really something I want to do every day. And I just don't get bored of it, I feel like I'm never gonna get bored of it until I'm not like able physically, or I cannot walk anymore, or I cannot breathe anymore, I feel like I will always enjoy it. And also I think it's more diverse in a lot of ways, because even though I really enjoy modeling, I think at some point you start to like not settle, but like, you kind of always do the same things. When you're a model, when you're a designer, I think it's a little bit different. But as an actor, you're never with the same people. You're never on the same set. You're never on like, the same, like you're never the same character. You never have the same story, the same background and all that. And I think that's what makes it so interesting because it's just always new, always different, and it's really, really exciting. And I'm such a curious and like, I need like excitement. I need like, something new in my life that it's definitely something that like I really enjoy doing because I'm just never bored and I get bored really easily. So yeah, I like the, excitement of everything. So
Right. You like
it's
to
definitely,
you like to be on
yeah.
scene and be on the set and
Exactly. Yeah,
act
yeah,
and
yeah. Yeah.
everything.
No, for
That's
sure. Yeah.
I had to ask that because a lot of actors they like both, or some actors only
Yeah.
like modeling. So
Yeah.
you never know. Um, Now what's your favorite? What's your dream role? What's your dream role that you want to act in? Like your
My
genre?
dream role, huh? I think I don't know if I have one specific role. I would say one role I really, really want to one day get is something extremely life-changing, like something very deep, a very like interesting character where you can really dig into it. So I think maybe something in a thriller or like a psychologic, thriller or
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
that kind of, genre, because I
Okay.
think it's really interesting to what I love about acting is like digging into the psychology of those characters, and I think when you have a very broken but like not necessarily like very like low or anything, but someone who has a lot of layers, it's so interesting because you can fully like embody the character and then like bring this person to life. And I think that's such a beautiful thing and also very interesting. So I think that can apply to any genre technically,
Mm-hmm.
but I want to feel excited about the role. I want to feel excited, like, oh, I can find this. Oh, I can find like the way they move, the way they talk, the way they, talk with their hands or like move their hands and all that. And I think that definitely like screams in the script when you get it, if you can like do something like this, with
Mm-hmm.
like an interesting character. But on the other side too, I would love to, I mean, I ride horses, so I think like one of my big dreams is to be able to ride a horse in one of my movies, and I would love to, yeah, have like maybe a western or like like yeah, something with horses for sure. Yeah,
Wow.
that'd be great. That'd be wonderful.
Um, What is your advice for a lot of young ladies and well, gentlemen, I say boys, but young boys and girls uh, in France, your home country,
Yeah.
and the United States, who want to pursue into entertainment industry? What's your advice?
I would say trust yourself. Like go for it. Don't have any regrets. I think that's really the key, to not have any regrets. And if you want to try something, do it. It's never too late, but you will never know if you don't try it. So if your dream is to go to Paris and try it there, go. Try
Hmm.
it. Like you will never know. Maybe it will work out, maybe not. Maybe you're gonna have to try for a week, maybe you're gonna have to try for 10 years, maybe just like in one day. But if you don't try, you will never know. So I think living with regrets is something that is horrible and that will like follow you for the rest of your life. And I just don't think it's a great thing to live with this
Hmm.
because it's really heavy, and what if, I don't know, you at a certain age, you're like, oh, what if, what if I tried, what if I did this back then, even though it's never too late. I think it's important to follow your instinct and just go for it because you never know what's at the end of the tunnel.
Right, 100%. Go for your dream. Go for your
Yeah.
dream. Is there any upcoming acting project you like to tell us,
Yes,
audience?
sure. Yeah. So, oh, I have many actually. I don't know which one to say. Uh,
If you're
so
allowed to talk about it, I
Yeah,
understand.
no, I am. I am for a few of them. I am. So, oh, okay, I see him. So there's one I'm so excited about because it's the first like green screen thing I'm doing, and I'm a big fan of video games, you know. And so I got cast into this. It's like a music platform, but also video game. And at the same time, there's a story behind it, which is so interesting. And it's a very, very ambitious project, but it's mainly about music. And so it's basically the stage, you know, it's like a reality, like kind of like, yeah, virtual reality thing. And me and a very good friend of mine also have like two characters in the story like side of it, and it's just so fun because you're you know, you're in those like motion capture like, you know, suits, and it's so much fun. And every time I'm playing a video game now, I'm like, oh, this might be me in a couple of years, you know. And it's so fun because like, yeah, I don't know, it's really exciting because it's so different from like a regular set, you know, because like it's a complete different outfit, and like it's on a green screen because so you also have to use
Hmm.
your
Hmm.
imagination a lot because you have no prop technically around you, just green everywhere. So it's kind of hard to at the very first, you know, at the very beginning, it's really like, okay, so I have to imagine that there's something here even though it's not, or here and here and here. But once you get used to it, it's actually quite interesting because you're just in your own little world and you can imagine whatever you want, and it's quite fun actually. So that's a big project for
Amazing.
me.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And other than that, there's another one. It's a film. It's a thriller actually, and so it's nice because it's from so the director is UK, so from the UK. He's a British director. It's a really interesting thriller because it's this dentist who goes through grief, and there's a really big scene with like, you know, I mean, I won't say too much, but like there's a very interesting scene with like lots of stunts and all that, and I love stunts too. So I was pretty like when I saw that scene I was like, oh wow, okay, let's do it. And but yeah, it's really, I'm really excited about this one too because I think it's digging into the psychological like way, like, you know, path that I quite like. So that's for sure a really like exciting project. Yeah.
Wow. Amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Well, I appreciate you for coming on.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you. I would love to have you back.
of course. Yeah, please. I mean, anytime. Yeah, I would love
Yes,
that.
please keep me updated
Yeah.
on more upcoming projects.
Yes.
Because
Sure.
I would love to, talk more about the upcoming projects and
I would love
everything.
to. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and real quick, the one thing about connections is we connect through with each other through Instagram. Everybody,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah. Yeah.
one
Yeah.
thing I love about the entertainment industry is that, we have a community.
Hmm.
you
Yeah,
know,
of course.
and that's what I was going to say earlier, way earlier. But
Yeah,
as a community, you have your family, right?
exactly.
But
For sure.
also, sadly, if you don't have your family supporting you,
Mhm.
you have the entertainment industry supporting you.
Of
And,
course. Yeah.
and it's,
Yeah.
yes, it's not as big, but it's, kind of big, kind of small, however you want to view it. But you'd be surprised how many actors worldwide
Yeah.
in other countries, United States, Canada, France, others,
Yeah. Yeah.
etc. They come on and support each other through Instagram to help us and give us love. And
Of
that to
course.
me is powerful because you have the community support, and I think that's a good way to show it's like don't give up, keep going, because unlike you said, unfortunately, there are some actors out there, models or producers, directors who do not have family support.
Of course. No,
Like
yeah.
like you said, they're like, "Oh, there's no way you can do this or you cannot."
Yeah.
And I think that's one way to support each other in the entertainment
I
industry.
agree so much because I think like just once you have, it's already such a competitive and really hard industry to get into, then when you're alone, it's practically impossible to go through.
Hmm.
And I think just having a support from like, you know, like you said, like people all around the world who just like watch
Yes,
you,
yes,
like,
yes.
oh, like that person is actually great, and I believe in that person, you know. And just one word sometimes can change an entire day
Mm-hmm.
or vision, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So no,
100%.
yeah.
And I forgot to ask, I'm sorry, what do
You
you do?
can.
What do you do for fun when you're not acting and you're not modeling? What do you do?
Yeah.
What do people like who may know you
Yeah.
or your friends or what do you do? Like let's talk about that for a minute.
I mean, as much sports as I can because I love sports, and I wish I could like horse ride more here, but like it's like I don't mess like horse riding takes so much time. But I do, yeah, I do as much sports as I can, like climbing, swimming. I love swimming, like swimming and surfing
Hmm.
are my two things. I love it. But also, so I wish I read more. Like I don't read, and I think don't listen to me. Don't do what I do. Read more, but I think I should definitely read more for sure. But I think like something out like outdoorsy. I always want to go out and like see like nature and like walk and like see trees and all that. Like I need so much of nature around
Yeah.
me. And I think that's why I'm also so glad I'm here in LA because like you can like literally drive 1 hour and be in the middle of the desert or like go to like on a hike like in the mountains or to the beach. So yeah, no, I think like as soon as I have time, I just try to go out and to see nature, the beach, the mountains, the desert, whatever, and traveling a lot too. Like I try
Wow.
to.
Amazing. I'm a nature guy too. I
Oh,
love nature.
nice.
We're both the same. We
I
love
love nature
nature.
so much. Like I don't know
It
how people can do like live in
it
once.
brings peace.
I know, and you need it. Like it's just
It
like
actually calms you down.
yeah, no, for
I think
sure.
for
And like just
me,
hearing birds.
hiking calms me down.
Yeah, yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because it's like while you're hiking, if you're with, always go hiking with people, number one.
yeah.
But like, you can see nature. You guys can be like, oh,
No,
look at
yeah,
that, so pretty. We didn't know that was
yeah,
there, or like, stuff like
yeah.
that to get,
Malaysia, like I didn't know that was there. Like
yeah,
sometimes you just discover things in the city you've been in for so many years, and you're like, oh my gosh, I never saw that before, And it's pretty fun. Like I love it, discovering new things. I love it. Yeah,
yeah, 100%. Hiking is it.
yeah.
Where can people find you on social media?
So I have Instagram, so Jutta Charbonnier, so that's it. And I have, well, I mean, IMDb, but it's not really like, it's not much of a social media. But yeah, I mainly use Instagram for sure. Yeah.
Okay, wow. Everybody needs to follow you on Instagram.
Please, please. I
And
really, I
thank
love
you.
horses sometimes.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, thank you for coming on.
Of course. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for having me. This was so much fun.
Yes, and I look forward to speaking with you very
Yes,
again
me too.
soon.
Yeah. Really. I hope we can have
We will definitely stay in touch, and I would love to have you back.
yes, please. Yeah, me too. Honestly. Thank you so
You're
much.
very welcome.
Good
You're
time.
very welcome. And I'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.